Alright. Ooh, we had the third SCP of the stream. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We had a long read with the second one. That was a 50-minute one. Oh boy. Hopefully the next ones are not as long. Because... yeah. Usually... I always hope that like the first 5 SCPs are close to an hour and 50 minutes long, because that's like a good time. Because like I feel like 2.5 hours is a solid time. But if it reaches over that, that's when like my body starts like fucking fall apart. But yeah, well, let's see how long renewable energy source is, and my fellow researchers, doctors, agents, O5s. Secure the subscribe button, contain the like button, and protect the comments section. Let's see. This one is a shorter one, and it's a keto one. I think we had 2 Euclids and this first keto. And the fact that I can see this, I'm already like, oh god, it's gonna be scientific. Renewable energy source. Okay, well, let's get to it. Level keto. Level A hazmat gear is mandatory for interaction with SCP-1462. The Foundation's role in the containment is largely preventative. In the case of containment failure, implanted agents are to convince civilian leaderships of the importance of maintaining respiratory protection. Civilians seen unprotected are to be taken into custody and proceeded for signs of infection. Cover stories for individuals lost in a blaze are in place with all major media outlets. Regular sweeps for signs of SCP-1462 infection are to be performed near known SCP-1462 active sites. Trees infected with the fungal vector for SCP-1462 are to be removed and mulched. Other infection specimens are to be removed and destroyed. All remains of infected specimens are to be disposed of via biohazard incinerator and bleached before disposal. While spores of the fungal vector have proven flame resistant and are capable of surviving incineration, bleached ashes require no special handling. SCP-1462 is a strain of airborne virus transmitted via fungal spores. The fungus is dangerous only to trees, but the spores can infect both plants and animals with the virus. This virus causes the host organism's natural fluid to be replaced with petroleum analogs. This is achieved by altering porphyrines such as heme in blood cells and chlorophyll in plants, to replace the contained ion with a vanadium ion through a process yet to be completely understood. The end result is a specialized aromatic hydrocarbon that mimics the function of the original fluid to some degree. See below for post-conversion effects. But the natural fluids like blood, saliva and urine, all that, and the plants like whatever the fluids are called that they have. In animals, this conversion results in widespread chronic cottonous and hepatic porphyria symptoms. Oh boy, what am I reading? Symptoms include photosensitivity, photodermatitis, blisters, necrosis of the skin and gums, itching and swelling, increased hair growth on areas such as the forehead, abdominal, also sweat as well, right? Abdominal pain, vomiting, acute neuropathy, muscle weakness, seizures, and mental disturbances, including hallucination, depression, anxiety, and paranoia. God damn, that's a lot of things happening. Concluding with a massive organ failure and death. Afterwards, all non-skeletal body mass converts into petroleum during decomposition. Despite a 100% fatality rate, standard antiviral precautions are successful in preventing infection from one individual to another. In plants, infection increases photosynthetic efficiency as the black pigment shift allows for more complete light absorption and alteration of the stomata, resulting initially in improved heat release and increased intake of CO2. However, each infected plant also releases trace amounts of the pheromone during CO2 intake. Sufficient saturation causes the immediate closure of stomata and subsequent inability to release heat in all infected trees. Sufficient saturation. This has been determined to be reached at roughly 1 hectare, 2.47 acres of infected woodland. This reaction is unique to trees and is notably absent in any other instance of infection. Standing theory suggests that the virus was engineered for use on non-tree plants, and its deleterious effects on animals and trees are side effects. And here's another footnote saying, confirmed, see recovered documentation below. Infected trees inevitably ignite and set fire to surrounding infected flora. Liquefied remains of fauna ensure high quantities of flammable gas and surface accelerant, leading to rapid expansion of the burned areas through infected territory. Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think about that, because the trees also have it. So if if one of them just combusts one time, everything around it will just instantaneously catch on fire. It will be the biggest, fastest forest fire and fastest forest fire spread that it will have ever to deal with. The final stage of the burn cycle is a firestorm, resulting in aerial dispersal of particulate and fungal spores over twice the original area, as the air currents caused by the conflagration spread the spores across progressively large expanses of woodland. It should be noted that the rate of expansion per burn cycle would completely consume the largest forest on Earth within 1 year, while sending enough particulate and spore matter into the stratosphere and troposphere to simultaneously threaten the planet with both global exposure to SB1462 and nuclear winter. While a misnomer, nuclear winter is caused by particulate matter sent airborne by firestorms. The end result here is identical. Oh shit. Yeah, no wonder it's keto. If the entire planet gets infected by this virus, it's also like one of the rare viruses that don't infect human beings, but in the same time, it doesn't infect human beings, but it will definitely affect them. Journal entries. Research specialist Robert Dobbins, the 1st, 2013, unrecoverable. Breakthrough in the viral engineering department. Got a test batch reliably replacing core ions with vanadium, and the theory sound. Still unrecoverable. 2nd, 30th, 2013. Vector design is stalled. All test carriers degrade in unrecoverable. 3rd, 9th, 2013, unrecoverable. Fungus that can carry without conversion. Testing. Spore metastasis unrecoverable. 3rd, 19th, 2013. This is extremely promising. All plants exposed with vector spores converted without issue. Fruit and roots too. Gas, tomatoes, and potatoes. Too bad we couldn't use the tagline Jack suggested. Losing cash at the gas pump could have burned a V8. Was gene unrecoverable. 4th to 12th, 2013. We lost the peach trees. Cleanup took us all hours, and those unrecoverable. And going to be usable until repair crews fix the fire damage. We're restricting testing to roots and vines for now. Things with less unrecoverable. Memo 4/14, 2013. Proposed at text for grow your own product line. Biofuel be part of the solution with new grow your own biofuel packets. You can turn any backyard garden into a renewable source of biofuel. Simple sprinkle over the plants to be used, and within a week you have your very own biofruits. Give them a run through your food processor or juicer, remove the pulp, and it's ready for use in any flex fuel vehicle. GYO biofuel packet is not for use with trees. God, my back is a bit stiff today. 4th, 18th, 2013. Quarantine orders, everyone's sick, hydrocarbon poisoning, but bet some joker put some biofuel carrots into the canteen, or some unrecoverable. 4th, 20th, 2013, unrecoverable. Poisoning, everyone's crazy too, vector cross, 2 animal, unrecoverable. Real bad. Foundation analysis, logs seized after 4th, 21st, 2013. Evidence suggests massive personal losses on the 4th, 24th, 2013. Current theory stands that trees surrounding complex underwent a burn cycle on the 4th, 26th, 2013 after accidental exposure to fungal spores following cleanup of a of peach tree burn cycle. Unlikelihood of a full hectare of peach trees used for testing suggests that SCP-1462 is extremely adaptable, and since initial events has allowed for greater expansion prior to burn periods, further investigation of the Grow Your Own Corporation facility responsible for SCP-1462 hindered by severe damage to original site. They try to do something that will be very helpful to the world, but you know, sometimes you have to also consider about, like, this is what you have to do for film. You always have to do a risk assessment. You have to think about all the things that could go horribly wrong, even the stuff that are like very minor that could go horribly wrong. Even things that you would say to yourself, that would never happen, because we're all professionals. So the fact that maybe one of those guys messed around with the experiment and now it went out of control is highly likely. It's highly likely. You should have measures in case that does happen, though. You should have had measures for that. And now the Earth is at risk of being destroyed because there's a chance that the trees and animals might be very, very easily combustible.